Well, we have a Nollywood icon with us, Juliet Ibrahim. Welcome.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
joining us.
Thank
And
you.
so, how are you finding Unstoppable Africa so far?
It's been a great experience. It's my first time here. And I must say, I didn't really know what to expect when I was coming. So for me, meeting all these amazing people, networking, having the opportunity to actually sit down and listen to some of the visionaries that we have out of Africa that are doing amazing things has really been an eye opener for me.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. And like I said, you have been in film for many, many years on the continent, one of the pioneers in Ghana, and then also working in Nigeria. Tell us about your career so far.
Yeah, so I started off as an actor, so everybody knows me as the African actress from Ghana. But I've evolved over the years, so I'm a director and a filmmaker now, independent filmmaker, and I'm the first ever female president of Women in Film, Television, and Media in Ghana. So WIFT is an international body, and they've been in existence from 1973. And the Women in Film LA is the head chapter of
Right.
so many other chapters around the world. So for me, it's a huge opportunity to see myself grow from just being an actress to this person that's now leading a chapter for a whole country to empower women in film and television and screen media.
Yeah.
So I'm actually on a journey to impact, to make sure that I can be able to bring along so many other young girls, women who are interested in film, television, and screen media. We all know how the world has evolved with the digital, platforms that we have. So I'm on a journey and I'm learning every day, growing every day, and I'm super excited about what's in store for me.
Yeah, amazing. So one thing I've noticed about Nollywood and filmmaking in Africa in general is the number of women filmmakers, directors, producers, who are really commanding, big budgets, big audiences, so and in comparison to maybe Hollywood, there seems to be a kind of disparity, isn't it? What's your experience?
I think I wouldn't speak on that so much because I don't have the data, But I do know that I've seen, and recently at the WIFT Africa conference we had, the president of WIFT Kenya did mention that 70% of the filmmakers in her country in Kenya are
Are
female.
women? Yeah.
Yeah. So in Ghana, I do know that the successful filmmakers are women so far, those that are actually putting us on the map in Ghana. In Nigeria, there's also this, trend and the number of inflow of women filmmakers that are coming up in the country, and we have the likes of Mo Abudu, who's like one of our icons that
Exactly.
everybody respects and looks up to, and there's Kemi Adetipa. There's so
Yeah,
many
so
top
many.
women
Omole
that are
Wally.
actually getting
Yeah.
the platform now, and
Yeah.
I believe that there's so many others that are still there, but we don't know about them. So
Right.
with platforms like WIFT Africa, WIFT Nigeria, WIFT Ghana, and then other women in film association or organizations around the country, we will be able to identify those women that are making an impact. And I think this is the time because the world is focusing on women,
Yeah.
on young women, youth empowerment and stuff like that. So when we have this attention shown and drawn towards us, we now see the opportunities that are there because women are in leadership positions that are also helping the younger women to be put out there and be given these opportunities. So
Yeah.
I think that's why everybody is seeing that inflow, of women in front of the cameras and behind the cameras, because at first it was just actresses. People didn't know women were behind, the editing bench, the cinematography and everything. So we are trying to create those opportunities to create workshops to train women to be able to also do the job.
Work across
Yes,
every sphere.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about kind of where the creative economy is on the continent. There's so much talk about how it's growing exponentially. It's going to power so many industries, but it feels like funding has contracted for creative projects, with the likes of Netflix and Amazon, and not investing as much as they did perhaps 5 years ago
Yeah.
in projects. What's
Yeah.
your experience of getting access to capital for your projects?
Yeah, so when people mention just the streaming platforms,
Yeah.
they fail to realize that those are just streaming platforms. And with distribution, when it comes to the creative economy, there are so many other distribution channels and platforms available. So with the creative economy, you have to understand the business side of it. And that's what for me, I've been attending all these kind of events, the conferences, to be able to understand what other platforms and opportunities that are out there for us back home in Africa.
Yeah.
Because I just realized that I didn't even know that blockchain investment was a thing for the film making space. So there are so many other avenues that we haven't tapped into yet. And yes, the likes of Netflix and Prime have pulled out a bit because they've limited the funds that used to, but they've not left
They've
completely.
not left,
They are
yeah.
still there. They're still licensing content. They're still licensing and being a part of projects in Africa,
Yeah.
just not mainly focused in Nigeria,
Right.
as it was a couple of years
Sure,
ago.
sure.
So they are still highly
They're in
based
South
in South Africa
Africa
and
and
other
other places,
countries, you
yeah.
see. So we have to start focusing on the power that we have as Africa to connect, to co-produce, working together, because we have the numbers in Africa. We have 52 countries. So that's a huge number of people. So I think if we understand the power that we have by combining and co-productions and working together as a team, it will help us grow. And seeing other opportunities that are there with the cinemas across Africa, we have airlines, we have so many other terrestrial TV, so many other platforms, and even creating something of our own,
Yeah.
that we can be able to air and stream our own content from out of Africa. Because
Absolutely.
52 countries, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So are you doing projects in other countries?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm currently partnering with South Africa. I'm working on something with Senegal, that's Women in Film TV Senegal. The president there and I are working on something together. And like I said, we do have to work together. Sometimes we think that, oh, the language is a barrier because we all speak different languages, but it is not. There's means of translating. You have the AI now that you can just have a conversation with somebody and AI translates for you. So we have to start making use of the opportunities that the digital space has created for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you see AI impacting filmmaking on a continent? Is it positively or negatively, or is it going to, like, what's your view?
So I said this the other day when there was a strike happening in Hollywood with the writers, guild. Everybody was going normal in Africa. I didn't see anybody join in on the protests because we feel that it's not going to affect us, or maybe it's for them. But you see, the Western world is always 5 steps ahead. I'll use it like that. And they are seeing what the future holds and what is going to happen in the future, how much is going to affect the industry. And it's gradually creeping up within our space in Africa. So we need to start staying ahead of the game. We have to also see that this is coming. AI is here to stay. So how are we going to be able to educate ourselves to also be ahead of the game and not wait for the Western world to be, okay, we've done this, so now you can adapt. We
Right.
also have to start creating solutions. That's why I love platforms like Unstoppable Africa, because I've seen so many people, there are tech innovators here that are showing us that these things are happening and Africa is doing it. We have young startups from Africa. So why not come together to create solutions for us and also learn about the AI and the effects it may have, but at the same time find ways around it to create our own solutions that we can be able to, curtail whatever issues that can come with AI. So I know that is affecting us already in Africa, where we have you can actually get like scripts done just on AI.
Yeah.
You can get stories on AI. You can just put in a prompt and say, hey, create a story about somebody out of Ghana, and
Yeah.
it's going to create a name called Ama or Kofi or Kweku. AI is there. So how do we use it to be able to stop young people from getting employment because of the use of AI? Because it's definitely going to get to that point where people are going to be put out of jobs
Oh
when they
yeah.
don't know
It's
anything
inevitable.
about AI. Yeah.
Yeah.